Pixel 7a versus Pixel 7 Pro. Which one's better? Well, the Pixel 7 Pro is better. You shouldn't get the Pixel 7a. Thanks for watching my video. Have a nice one. After using the Pixel 7a for more than a month side by side with the Pixel 7 Pro, I wanted to point out a couple of key differences between the two devices that I noticed just with everyday usage. If you're wondering whether or not you should buy a Pixel 7a or a Pixel 7 Pro, this video will highlight some of those differences, but these two devices are in very different price ranges, and even after carrier rebates, you're still looking at a very much a mid to entry level device with the Pixel 7a, where the Pixel 7 Pro gets slightly less discounts and is definitely a little bit more premium. That said, if you just want to see what you're missing out on by getting the Pixel 7a instead of the Pixel 7 Pro, this video is for you. And if you want to see videos about Android 14 on the Pixel 7a, make sure you're subscribed. Number one on this list is size and weight. Now, the days of moderately sized flagship phones are kind of gone for good. But the Pixel 7a might be the closest thing that we can get to a small screen or relatively reasonably sized screen in a flagship phone. And a lot of that comes from the internals, the fact that the Pixel 7a has much of the same performance as the top of the line Pixel 7 Pro, as both of the devices share the Tensor G2 chipset. The Pixel 7a offers 8 GB of RAM, Pixel 7 Pro offers 12 GB of RAM, but in day-to-day performance, you're not going to notice a huge difference between these two devices. Now, the screen of the Pixel 7a is what we would consider a compact size, but the actual size of the chassis of the Pixel 7a is roughly the same size as the Pixel 7. It just has slightly chunkier bezels. So if you would like a more flagship device and a slightly larger screen in the same size chassis, I would just get the Pixel 7. Size of the Pixel 7a is fantastic in the hand. It's great for one-handed use, and it really does make me nostalgic to the days that compact smartphones were kind of compact mobile smartphones instead of just kind of mobile tablets or phablet. Number two on this list that you're going to notice is screen brightness and outdoor visibility. Now, it's really hard to go from a really bright screen that's super easy to see outdoors like the Pixel 7 Pro to a device like the Pixel 7a. And it's not to say that the screen of the Pixel 7a is bad, you're just going to notice that it's significantly dimmer than the screen of the Pixel 7 Pro when you go outside. And I would say that while it does make a difference, I think that the screen brightness between the two of these devices is a much bigger difference than the refresh rate. 90 hertz versus 120 hertz, you really don't feel much of a difference. I usually use both of these devices at 60 hertz, but going from a screen that I can see outside without doing the one-handed shading maneuver to a device that is kind of difficult to see, it's really, really difficult for me to go back to the Pixel 7a, especially out here in sunny Southern California, where I'm going to the beach, going on bike rides, taking my dog for a walk, etc. That said, if you don't spend much of your time outside or screen brightness doesn't matter to you for some reason, because in your world the sun doesn't exist, you're not going to feel like this is that big of a compromise between the two. Number three is wireless charging. Now, the wireless charging of the Pixel 7a is significantly slower to that than the wireless charging on my Pixel 7 Pro. Now, although I only use a 10-watt Qi wireless charger, the fact of the matter is that the Pixel 7a charges, in my experience, significantly slower than 10 watts with my Pixel 7 Pro. This could have to do with battery size and the fact that it's able to charge at 10 watts for a longer period of time with the Pixel 7 Pro. It could have to do with thermal management, with the heat coming from the wireless charging being dissipated better in the larger chassis of the Pixel 7 Pro. I can't tell you for sure what the reason is, but it's almost a waste to put the Pixel 7a on a wireless charger if you're not going to charge it for more than 35 minutes. It's fine for standby usage if you have it at your desk during the day, but it's just very, very difficult to count on wireless charging to charge the device quickly. And talking about quick wireless charging, even if you have a Pixel stand, it's not going to be compatible with the Pixel 7a. Number 4 on this list is flat screens. If you're a flat screen lover, have no fear because a flat screen is here, but it's already also on the Pixel 7. Now, I've already had to replace the screen of my Pixel 7 Pro once, and I'm looking forward to a flatter screen on my Pixel 8 Pro whenever the Pixel 8 Pro comes out. And I don't want to make it seem like the curvature of the Pixel 7 Pro is that extreme. In fact, I kind of like the fact that my finger kind of glides over the edge when I'm using gestures on the Pixel 7 Pro. It just makes it feel really, really immersive. That said, I'm also really looking forward to having a flat screen and having a case that can protect the screen if the device lands face down. And I just feel like for devices that need to be kind of rugged, a flat screen makes it easier for everything from tempered glass screen protectors to cases to just making the device more robust for everyday use. If you are set on having a flat screen on your next device, the Pixel 7 also has a flat screen, and it's basically the same size chassis as the Pixel 7a. So it would make it hard to recommend the Pixel 7a over the Pixel 7. Number 5 on this list is the lack of a telephoto camera. I found it incredibly hard to go from having a device with a 5x optical zoom to no optical zoom with the Pixel 7a. I understand this is a budget device, and I would love it if Google would give us a Pixel 7. Maybe it's $50 more expensive. I would just love to have a 3x optical zoom on a device that's slightly smaller than the Pixel 7 Pro, and giving us that optical zoom, in my opinion, would do a much better job of trying to bridge the gap between like point and shoot cameras and action cameras, kind of what cell phones are trying to do right now with their 3-camera array. I just feel like in general, it would add a lot of value to like mid-range devices to have that. That said, it is a mid-range device. I understand why they don't have it, and it just kind of bums me out. And it's probably one of the biggest kind of differences between the two devices is not having that dedicated telephoto camera. The lack of a macro mode isn't as big of a deal for me, although I might use macro more now that we have macro video on the Pixel 7 Pro. If I should do a video about that, let me know in the comment section down below. But cameras, the main camera on the Pixel 7a isn't that much worse than the main camera on the Pixel 7 Pro. There are some differences in video recording modes, but for a lot of people, they just want to shoot 4K 30. You can't shoot 4K 60 with the ultra wide on the Pixel 7a. You can't shoot 4K 60 with the front-facing camera. Those are limited to the Pro variant. Now, outside of these 5 key areas, the user experience for both of these devices is incredibly close. And if you're not someone that cares about a telephoto camera, you don't use your device outside very much, you're not big into wireless charging, I would say that the Pixel 7a would probably fulfill the majority of your needs. The Pixel 7 Pro really kind of earns its Pro name from being able to deliver great results in a variety of different circumstances, whether that be using the screen outside in bright sunlight, whether it's the telephoto camera to get closer up to something, or the Pro feature of having faster charging or faster wireless charging as well, although the Pixel series of devices has never been incredibly fast to charge. It makes it really easy for me to just recommend the Pixel 7a to a ton of people because of how much it delivers at this price point and the way it performs, and the fact that it is almost identical in performance to the Pixel 7 Pro. Gaming on this has been great, and I'll do a separate gaming test for you guys. I'll do a separate throttling heat management test with the Pixel 7a, and if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section and subscribe. Outside these 5 key differences, I couldn't really find much in the way of other features or things that affect the user experience that are that different between the two devices. But like the $400 price difference between the two of these means I could get two Pixel 7a's for the price of one Pixel 7 Pro. It just makes the Pixel 7a a really easy to device to recommend to a ton of people. In the same size chassis, it's the Pixel 7, not the Pixel 7a. Now, and both of them have a high refresh rate display, but again, some caveats in that. Now,